Fire is one of the most important skills outdoors. It can be used for camping, cooking, staying warm, or just enjoying the evening. But not all fires are the same. Some burn hot and fast, and some are good for cooking, and others can last all night without any effort. So in this video, I'm going to show you 6 different types of campfires. I'll walk you through how to build each one, the pros and cons, and by the end you'll know which fire is good for which situation. So let's start off with a classic, the teepee. The teepee fire is one of the quickest and easiest fires to build. I like to start off by lighting my tinder in the middle on fire, ready to build the teepee around. Once you've got a good centre fire going, it's time to start building the teepee. This doesn't need to be perfect, but you want to try the best you can to get a good solid frame to start with. This prevents it from falling over so quickly. Then just continue adding larger sticks around as the fire grows. The pros about this fire is, it's easy to build, lights up quickly with good airflow, and it produces strong heat and good flames. On the downside, it does burn through wood very quickly, so it will need constant feeding, and it can collapse quite easily. Next is the log cabin fire. To start with, have your kindling and tinder lit in the centre, with 2 large logs on the outside. Then stack more on the top to form a square-like shape. Keep adding layers, building it up like a log cabin. You can build this as tall as you want, but it's best not to. You don't want to risk tumbling it over before the fire starts to catch. So build a medium-sized cabin to start off with, and you can add more wood on the top when you feel like you need to. The square walls act like a chimney, pulling the air through upwards in the centre. As it collapses, the walls fall toward the centre, feeding the fire. It is a stable structure, so you don't have to worry about it collapsing too early. Right, let's talk about the pros. It's stable and safe to build, produces an even heat, and makes a nice bed of coals. The cons are, it takes time to build, needs lots of feeding, and time to light. Next, we're going to talk about the lean-to. The lean-to fire is excellent when it's windy or damp. All you need is a large log on one side of the fire, and lean some smaller sticks against it to form a wall. This slope not only shelters the fire from wind and rain, but it also reflects the heat downward. This is one of the fastest fire lays to put together, as it doesn't need much structure. This is definitely one of my favourite fires to use. Okay, let's talk about the pros. It's easy to build, good weather protection, and uses less fuel. And the cons are, it produces a lack of heat, it needs a lot of feeding, and it burns very unevenly. And next up is the Starfire. The Starfire is one of the most oldest and fuel-efficient fires. It's made by placing 7 large logs in a star shape with their ends touching into the centre of the fire. As the tips of the logs burn, you slowly push them further inwards to fuel the fire. It's great for conserving fuel and energy on longer trips. It was famously used by Native American tribes for overnight fires. The low flames make it great for stealth. It produces less smoke than bigger fires. In survival situations, the Starfire is ideal because it saves your energy. You don't waste calories chopping lots of wood. So let's talk pros. It's fuel efficient, it's very low maintenance, and it's a long-lasting fire. But the cons are, it has a lack of heat, it's not really good for cooking on, and it is really best for solo situations and not groups of people. Next up, let's talk about another one of my favourite fires, the Swedish Torch. The Swedish Torch is also known as the Swedish fire log or Canadian candle. It's basically a log that's cut into sections, usually split into quarters, or with cross cuts down in the middle. The cuts act like chimneys, pulling air into the centre. You light the tinder in the middle of the cuts, and the log burns from the inside out. It's almost like having a natural stove built into a log. The flames rise straight up, making it perfect for balancing a pot or pan on top. It's a very clean fire lay, because everything is contained in one log. The burn time depends on the size and intensity of the log. A big one can last for hours. The Swedish army popularised this design because soldiers could cook meals on a single log in the field. In Scandinavia, they were also used as portable campfires for fishing and hunting trips. Sometimes people drive a stake into the middle before lighting to hold a kettle above the flame. You can light it with one match if the cuts are fine enough and the log is dry. Some bushcrafters even use it as a lantern by placing a flat rock or a pan over the top, forcing light out the sides. Okay, let's talk the pros. It's concentrated heat, it's long lasting and it's wind resistant. But the cons are, it requires some tools, it has lack of warmth and it's not really easy to rebuild. The last one on our list is the upside down fire. This fire looks unusual at first, because most people are used to lighting a fire from the bottom. The idea is that gravity helps. The fire naturally drops heat and the flames downward into the larger logs. It's one of the most cleanest burning fire lays, because the flames burn through smaller wood before reaching the heavy logs. You don't have to keep bending over to feed sticks into it. Once built, it runs on its own. Some bushcrafters recommend stacking the logs in different directions, like a crisscross for extra stability. You can adjust the burn time by checking how many layers you stack. The more layers means more hours of fire. It's a great demonstration fire if you're teaching bushcraft, because it shows how the fire naturally wants to burn downward. Okay, let's talk the pros. It burns for hours, it's a stable structure, and it is great for warmth. But the cons are, it is a slow starting fire, it needs time to build, and it does need dry wood to get it going. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Do let me know down in the comments below which fire you tend to use the most, or which one is your favourite. Also, let me know if there's any other fires you'd like me to try and build, and I will give that a go. But I will see you in the next video.